Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4's. We are playing with Catholic Mexico. Before we get started in today's episode, I would like to announce that there is going to be a little bit of a change for this weekend's schedule. So my wife, her job is, they changed her normal work hours this weekend at the last moment. So she's not working Saturday as she usually does, and she's working Sunday. So I work Sundays, when you guys know, so I had to change my schedule as well. Luckily, I was able to just switch shifts, which is the same exact shift, just different days, with the guy who normally works on Saturday. So I'm going to work my long shift on Saturday, and I will have Sunday off this week. So, you know, much different than what I've been doing for, God, I've been at this job for years, or at least been working for this company. I've switched, you know, different jobs a couple times in the company, but I've been with this company for, I don't know, 4 years or something like that. And I've been working Sundays all day that entire time, so it's going to be kind of weird being off on Sunday. But it is a very long shift. That's the reason why we don't have videos on Monday, because it's a 12-hour shift that can turn into anywhere from 13 to 15 hours long, depending on how long I have to stay extra, because I can only leave after certain things are done. And then I also have a long drive. It's about 45 minutes to an hour, during traffic. Up there and back. So a very, very long day is what I usually have on Sundays, and that's why we don't have any videos on Monday. So basically what's happening is that we aren't going to have any videos on Sunday, and instead we'll have videos on Monday. That's the only thing that's really changing, is that we're going to flip-flop Sunday and Monday. Because obviously I only have limited time to record today. We have other videos, we have to record 2 for Saturday. So I won't be able to record like Sunday's episodes. Instead, I'm just going to record videos for Monday on Sunday. So we will have an episode of this series on Monday, but not one on Sunday. And one final thing, I had somebody mention in the last episode, somebody contacted me and said that I had been talking about what has changed with the kids being out of school or something like that. I never finished that sentence, apparently. What I was talking about is that we haven't gotten sick all year. And I don't mean to jinx ourselves, of course, but normally we would have been sick like maybe 2 times by now, and we had always thought that it was from our jobs mostly that was getting us sick, because we work in in medical places. We'd always thought we were bringing it home from work, but we did suspect maybe the kids were the ones bringing it home, and now we've confirmed that. That's all I was saying in that last episode when I got distracted, is that I've confirmed that it's definitely the kids that are bringing home all the sicknesses, because we have not been sick not one time since they've been out of school. None of our kids have. We haven't. We had that little period we weren't feeling quite right. I think we might have had COVID-19 during that time. We felt kind of weird, but it wasn't really like, again, it was just more like we were just tired from it, and we had some coughing, but overall it wasn't like really bad. But I think it might have been COVID-19. We haven't done the antibody test, so I can't say if we've got it or not, but I'm thinking that's was earlier in the year. But other than that, and again, it wasn't really that bad for us. Other than that, we haven't gotten sick all year, which is, as many of you guys have been on the channel for a while, is quite strange for us. So that's all I was saying. I didn't realize I didn't finish that sentence. Or finish that topic last episode. So this episode, we're going to try and get Alaska ramped up. I've got the troops all moving down to get all this territory here for us. So we'll try and get the Alaskan territory wrapped up. But really, the focus is largely going to be on trying to fix our manpower issues and, the problems with the garrisons, where we need a stupid amount of troops. And, I feel like needing this many troops, I guess it makes sense to cover a massive country like this. I think I talked about this last episode where, we had commented about how easy it was to conquer America and how that wasn't really accurate. But now we're seeing the effects of this massive population, because that's mainly what impacts it, is the fact that, very high population in these locations. And that's what's causing us to require so much manpower and equipment for our garrisons. And so, yeah, we're actually seeing the consequence of it, and I kind of like that. It's interesting to be focusing on domestic issues here in 1945 in Hearts of Iron 4 of all games. So I'm kind of liking it, but at the same time, as I said before, I think it is a little unrealistic. 500,000 casualties in a year and a half for garrisons is not realistic at all, man. That's a lot of people that are no longer in service that we cannot use, because field hospitals do not apply for garrisons, so that's 500,000 basically dead and no longer in use. And we have a low manpower as it is, so it might have crippled the campaign. I don't know. We're gonna see, guys. We're gonna see if we can't fix it and make this happen. So one thing that I've had a lot of people mention in the comments, and I posted a pinned comment with this. Before you post a comment, when you look in the comment section, always look for that pinned comment. It should be at the very top, because sometimes I'll notice something while editing, or I'll think of something that I didn't think while recording, like for instance that we need to ask. Look at all our allies again for requesting garrison support. I had that in the pinned comments, and I still had like 5 comments bring it up. I just kind of do that so that there won't be so many comments about it, but a lot of people don't read the pinned comments, so it ends up being kind of redundant, I suppose, posting them. But yeah, I posted about this, that we needed to check all of our allies to see if they'll give us garrison support. We've checked many times before, and they've all said no. I've already gone through them all, and there's only one country, Brazil, that is willing to give us garrison support. So this could end up being what saves us here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure they'll approve it. And they just gave us 1.39 million manpower for garrison support. That is massive, considering the fact that actually should end up covering like all of our problems. Yeah, we might be able to get all of our manpower, or a lot of it, back because of that. So that's going to be really helpful. Now we do still have to supply them with equipment, so there's that. But yeah, they should no longer need manpower now. We've got that taken care of. So that is super helpful, giving us a little bit of manpower up here. So it's good that they granted that. We're not out of the woods though, guys. We still have massive resistance issues. So we're doing a few things to fix that with the MPs and getting the armored cars. In addition to that, one other thing I want to do is change, I mentioned this last episode, is change out of civilian oversight in a couple places. Now, I don't want to do this in the United States, because in the United States, I really want to focus on getting high compliance, since we're likely going to annex several parts of the country, not the whole country, but we're going to annex a lot of America. So I want to try and get compliance as high as possible. So I want to stay on civilian oversight, and we'll just take the hit. But when it comes to Canada, we can move them to a local police force, so that we'll take less casualties, because they're the next highest that are costing us. So if we switch over to local police force, then we won't have as much resistance, we won't have as much damage to garrisons, and we won't need as many garrisons. So I think that will be pretty helpful as well. So we'll do that, and then you see we get a big chunk of manpower from that. So big deal, very, very helpful. Those two alone have fixed our manpower issues. We're going to let this play a little bit, just get all the manpower that we can, and then also get that manpower into units that we've been needing, that have been needing the manpower. So that's going to fix that problem for us for now, I suppose. Do we still need equipment? We still need 30,000 infantry equipment, unfortunately. I did change up our factories. However, I'm waiting to see if the resources need any more further adjustments. This is a ripoff here. So yeah, we still need steel. There's really nobody to trade with on that one. Now we could go ahead and get, yeah, we're gonna do this. We could go ahead and change up our economic law, go away from export focus. Now you gotta remember, we do get some excellent bonuses: research speed, the factory and dockyard output, and of course the construction speed, all super helpful. The factory output and dockyard output is pretty useless though if you're not even able to use all your factories and dockyards because of the lack of resources. So we could always change over to limited or even closed economy if we wanted to, so we didn't have resource issues any longer, but we would lose all those bonuses. So that's one thing to consider. Another thing to consider is the fact that we don't have any political power, so that's been something that's been limiting us for a long time. Personally, I would prefer to core stuff with any power that we get coming up here. I'd like to just focus on getting those cores done. So we almost got this wrapped up here. We got the centralized fire control. We're going to continue getting these doctrines. We will not use our experience for that because we're going to need that for the units. And I believe we can now make adjustments, any final adjustments that we need to make to our main division here, which we don't have the combat with all the way up yet, so let's go ahead and do that now. Let's get them their full infantry. And we only have 2 units of this, I think, or maybe 3, so it's not going to impact manpower that much. Maybe 6,000 less manpower. And then the other thing we're going to change away from is we're going to remove one of these and move them over to logistic companies. I'm just seeing which one we might want to get rid of. I think we're going to do signal company on this particular unit here. With the bigger units, it's not as important to have signal companies, because you don't reinforce as often, because you need to clear up 40 combat width to reinforce with them. So let's go ahead and save that. And the main effect of that, of course, is going to be a reduction in our manpower by a bit, and a requirement for more infantry equipment, which we are having issues with. Yeah, but the steel production is just absolutely terrible, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just really bad. And now the Italians, are they losing territory, or did they just change their economic laws? They must have changed their economic laws, because there's like nothing to trade for here now. We can go and take a look and see if that's what they did. They're on limited exports. I think they start on that, so I don't know where they lost their steel. Not entirely sure what happened to that. We got the basic depth charges. We're going to keep on getting techs to improve our naval units when we build them. You know, we were lacking manpower, and now we can build our units, but I think we should at least get some more basic equipment for them, because again, we don't really have much for them because we were so behind on naval techs. We are sinking a lot of the American Navy now, which, you know, a lot of people wanted me to puppet them, which I think we probably will puppet them somewhere. I haven't decided where just yet. Wanted me to puppet them for their Navy. Well, their Navy's not going to be that large by the time we're done with them. They're still a good size now, but you know, if we keep sinking their ships, that would kind of be an argument to not sink their ships. But at the same time, I'm not willing to stop. It is also getting us war participation, so that's helpful. All right, so what do we want to get here? What do we have left to get? Let's see here. These ones are good to have when you do those missions. Plastic explosives, that would help with certain missions. All right, we're not really doing any of these right now. And we can use our civilian factories for other stuff. So I think we're going to stop, unless we were to go with the cryptology level. Let's take 15 civilian factories, though, so we won't. I think we're done for right now, guys. Let's just focus on building things. You know, this is going to help with the resources a lot. I've got infrastructure building in provinces that have resources that we need. So that'll help us out quite a bit. And yeah, we'll accept that non-aggression pact. We do have decisions available now, so we're going to go ahead and integrate something else. Oops. Let's go after... Let's see, which one do we want to go after next? I suppose we can just go in order here. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to do this. We'll just go in order. So we'll go after Honduras first. All right, so we could go ahead and start making adjustments to these units now, now that we have the manpower. So let's go ahead and do that. And what I'm going to do is, I'm sure it's going to change a bunch of these up to these ones here. Now, I think we do have, yeah, we do have equipment problems. So we should probably wait on that. I've got factories going into infantry equipment, but the need right here is, of course, with the garrisons. So we might have to wait to change those up. Yeah, we'll have to wait to change those up. But what we could do is go ahead and start getting some tanks, you know, designed and ready. So let's go ahead and change these up to a different icon here. Going to give them, we gotta get a lot of stuff done here, but we have quite a bit of experience. I don't know if we'll be able to do it all in one shot, but that's okay. I guess we'll start with, instead of doing this here, we'll start with these guys. So I'm gonna make I'm gonna do 40 width, guys. Oops, that's tank destroyers. We want to do medium tanks. And medium tanks here. And then we'll do them here as well. Okay, that changed them all up. And we're at 30 experience right now. So what we also want to do is the medium self-propelled artillery. Probably get 4 of these here. And then some medium tank destroyers as well. Maybe 2 of those. That looks good. We're at 28 combat width, 60 experience. Let's go and get some very basic stuff here, like the field hospitals and the engineer companies. We'll likely get the rest of them later. Obviously right now we don't have the experience. We can add 1 more unit here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and add another medium tank. All right, so that's all we can do for now. We're at 30 combat width. We need a name for these guys. Let's go ahead and save this. And we'll start training 1. And you see that we're lacking the medium destroyers, and that's it right now. So we'll just train 1 up for right now. Because again, we don't have certain equipment, especially the infantry equipment's pretty darn low overall. So we're going to wait until we get the infantry equipment dealt with. And that's probably not going to work until we completely fix the garrison issues, which again, we're doing a lot of things to fix that right now. So we should be able to get that done hopefully soon. Now the manpower issues dealt with, we could go ahead and start doing additional naval invasions. So that'd be an option. We did get the basic medium batteries. Oops. So let's go ahead and get, I guess we'll go with the next ones, improved. And I think that's all we have left to do, right, is just get, oops, I'm clicking on the wrong thing here. As far as those techs go, is getting the rest of these guns here. If we wanted to go all the way through, then it would be 100-something days, 126 days it looks like. We could also get the depth charges all the way across. I don't know if that's gonna, we probably won't wait for that though. I don't see any reason to wait for that. And then we do want to get the sonar and probably get the airplane catapults, but I don't think we'd wait on that either. So mainly what we're waiting for is sonar and the gun techs, and I think that's it. And then we'll go ahead and start building them. Again, I'm not really in any rush to build them due to lack of resources and you know, the manpower issues. We just got those fixed, and it does take a long time to build ships, of course. That is something to consider. We've got this focus going, and this will fix a lot of our issues, guys, with the garrisons and the manpower. So that's going to help quite a bit. We could also put more planes here. Yeah, that's right. That'd be something really good for us to do, and probably set up planes anywhere where there might be like enemies operating, where we can reach. Probably not going to be many places, but doing some bombings up along this side where the British and Americans are clearly sending transports would probably be a good plan. So let's go ahead and start getting these planes out here. We were very limited before. We weren't able to do this simply because you know, we're out of manpower. So let's go ahead and get some more naval bombers. Let's see what we got here. I know we've been building them for a while, but it doesn't look like we have quite as many as I thought we did. So that's kind of a shame. But yeah, let's go and do 100 more naval bombers here, just because this is the main area where we seem to be having some success. Go and have a naval bomb there. I don't think we need a naval bomb there. These guys are handling that right there. I don't know how well we can reach here, so let's just send 50. We'll just do 50 naval bombers here. And we'll just let them update themselves to the newest model. Alright, so let's go and put those guys there. I don't know if I did that with these guys here. Alright, excellent. And then perhaps bombing here off the coast of California would be useful. Again, probably just 50 bombers, just kind of help out. Alright, I'll place these guys. And then same thing here. And there. We'll do that same thing everywhere. Just make sure that we're trying to hit mainly their convoys is what I'm looking to hit. And I'm sending the old ones. I know. It's fine. Again, they can update themselves. I suppose it doesn't really matter which one I pick. I didn't know if we were going to want the newer ones somewhere else, though. Actually, I know where we want to make sure that we have some newer bombers. So right over here, I'd like to have newer bombers, though it does look like we don't have any naval bases, or excuse me, any air bases here. So maybe just, 200, or excuse me, enough to get 400. I think would be good. All right, so that should be helpful, guys. We'll see how well they're able to help out here, sinking the convoys that are going by. We did get military police 3, so we only have 1 left to get, and then we'll have all 4. And again, that will continue to help us with suppression, require less equipment, but yeah, you can see that the equipment situation is dire. I almost want to go ahead and change up our production a bit, get more going towards the infantry equipment. Of course, the problem here is steel, and that's mainly impacting our submarines. We're not building any submarines right now, which that's fine. We've got quite a few submarines. Just trying to look to see how we want to do this. Oh shit, you know what I didn't do with those units? I'm a dummy. I was wondering why I had so many tanks in here. I never never made them with any motorized or mechanized. I'm an idiot. So we need to get those. We could just, yeah, there's not really anything we can do here, so this is just how it's going to look for right now. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I completely forgot to give them motorized or mechanized, which I think we'll do mechanized. Yeah, I think we're going to do mechanized here. I know we're just building them right now. But yeah, I guess we could do mechanized throughout here. I know we have a lot of motorized, though, so that's something to consider. I don't know what I was thinking, though. I just thrown tanks in here. But not going to be able to do anything right now because we're lacking the army experience. And we're not really even getting very much right now because we're not in conflict with anybody. So could go and attack these guys here. I don't know if we'll win, but we can try. Let's see how this ends up going. We'll just attack from all sides here and see if that's a win. It looks like it would be. Maybe. It is ticking back down, so no, it would not be a win. Alright, so we'll just go and stop that then. And we'll wait until we get our last 2 units down here. Last 3 units, excuse me. So once we get all these units here, we'll try it out again and see if we can't have a little bit more success with the full 8 divisions that are assigned to that front. We did sink 4 American battleships, including the Pride of the Fleet. So again, I don't think the Americans are going to have much of a navy. Now, again, we could stop sinking their planes, or excuse me, stop sinking their ships with our planes. However, this is helping us get the war score, which our war score had dropped quite a bit. And sinking these enemy ships has helped a lot. We got 95 from that. So I feel like we should keep it going. We should keep bombing them. And even if we did have the American Navy on our side, what would they really do? I mean, typically they don't tend to do much. Whenever I have a puppet with a large navy, they never really seem to help out as much as you'd expect them to. In addition, we'd have to provide them with fuel because we'd likely take all their fuel provinces, the California and Texas being the primary ones. So let's get passive sonar here. And so I don't think we would be able to utilize their navy much without giving them a lot of fuel. And again, we could do that, I suppose. So we don't want to change anything up until I get this infantry equipment situation dealt with. And the problem, of course, is the steel, which we might go ahead and change up our economic law now. It was great having these bonuses, but research is getting close to being done. And of course, the factory bonuses are useless if you don't have any resources for those factories. So yeah, we might want to just go ahead and change. I don't know if we should go closed economy, because I know that we're probably helping our allies a lot. I'm sure they're trading for our oil. And so by going closed economy, we're gonna hurt our allies quite a bit. So we could just do limited exports, and that'll result in a lot of extra resources. Of course, that does require us to wait on the political power to be able to change that up, and I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's wait till we get to 150, guys, and we'll change that up. We won't do any more integrations for right now. We'll just focus on getting that taken care of. So we're sitting at 491,000 manpower. So the manpower issues are dealt with, and now it's just equipment, which is still, the garrisons are still consuming a lot of equipment, unfortunately. So let's just take a look at how things are going here. So with the Americans, we're at 23% compliance. When we get to 25%, that's where we're going to get the required garrisons, negative 25%. And the additional recruitable population is going to be plus 0.5%. So that's going to be huge. Lots of more manpower, and also, less garrisons needed. So probably fix the equipment issues right there. That's what I'm expecting. We do want to add the armored cars, but I did use all my damn experience. And the worst part was I wasted some of it by making shitty designs without the mechanized. So that was dumb. So, again, we're not going to use them anytime soon, so it's not that big of an issue, but it was wasted army experience, which we have a limited amount of. We're not going to go any further on the armored cars right now. We are going to go and start building those, though. And then let's go and get something with this research slot. We still have the last artillery to get. Getting that there. I suppose we can try and just finish up with the naval techs, just get these knocked out. Yeah, we haven't got the torpedoes yet. Yeah, still a lot of stuff to get, guys. I guess we don't need torpedoes for the big ships, the heavy cruisers. You know what? We could probably, well, we're waiting on those guns. We'll wait till we get the guns done. We're not going to take those 39 divisions. It's unnecessary. We got plenty to do the job here. And of course, we don't even need this anyway, because nobody's going to do any naval invasions. So I'm thinking after today's episode, we'll have most of the issues fixed, and that'll then allow us to begin preparing for, invasion of the UK here, which we'll probably go after this area here first. And what happened here? Yeah, we'll go after that last little port there, and then we'll go after Greenland. And then from there, we could go after Iceland. No, they're part of the Axis. We cannot go after Iceland. Okay, so we'd go after Greenland, and I suppose we could then invade into the islands up here and attempt to get a place to invade the UK from. So yeah, I guess that's what we'll do. We still are trying to get this wrapped up as well. This has got to get done and dealt with. We got the improved medium battery. That means we only need one more, and then when we get that 63 days, I will build the heavy cruisers. And then we'll wait to get the light cruisers. They don't take as long to build. Then we'll wait to get the light cruisers until we have those torpedoes up. All right, so it does look like we will win here finally. And we should be able to push the Americans and the British out of Alaska, which would almost push them completely out of North America, I believe. So that's just that one little patch over here, territory that we need to get taken care of, which we can do that. All right, so they no longer have supply, so now they should be fairly easy to finish up here. Yeah, they are dead, and so Alaska has been wrapped up. That means we won't have all the convoys to sync up along here anymore, so that's unfortunate. So we'll get this wrapped up. Really, we don't need all these units to do this, so we can just go and start sending them back now. At least send those two. I think there's still some units to fight here, but again, they're going to be destroyed relatively easy. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's just go and take all these troops here and get them going over to here. All right, awesome. So we are done in Alaska, guys. Got that completely wrapped up. Of course, the Germans are across from us here. The Japanese are on these little islands here. So I don't think there's anything left of America to take. Yeah, this is about to get wrapped up here, and that's Allied territory. Oh, you know what? That's Axis territory. Bitchy France has it. Oh, no, Free France has it. Okay, so it is Allied territory. But the Japanese are wrapping that up. So yeah, there's no Allied territory left to go after in Asia. And so from here, it's just going to be going after the American territories and Denmark. All right, so we knocked that out. That, again, cost us a lot of political power. However, it did get us all those cores, which is going to be massive, guys. Absolutely massive. That's a big deal. That's going to help us out significantly. So let's go and see what we want to get next. There's not really any reason to go down here just yet, because we still got territory we have to core. Let's see if there's anything we want to do here. Nah, we're good to go. Let's finally get those damn military techs, man. I mean, I don't know how many of these are going to be useful at this point, but we're going to get them. I think there's still one infantry weapon left to research. There's no support. Well, yeah, there is one support artillery one left too. Okay. So yeah, we can go ahead and get that. This says aircraft and Air Doctrine. I think we're behind on aircraft. So yeah, we could do that. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Let's go and go after this one first. Where's that 1946 tech I'd like to get? So having that research bonus for that would be nice. We'll then take the non-aggression pact here. So I'm thinking that these are like those compliance governments. That they're, you know, they got the compliance high enough. Collaboration governments is the name. I think that's what we're seeing being created by the Italians there, and we've also seen a couple other created as well. So yeah, just again trying to get the equipment situation dealt with. We still need 30,000. That's crazy, man. I'm a little bit surprised by that. How much is our... Let's just take a look here and see how things are looking. Of course, we're still getting a lot of foreign support from Brazil here. But overall, I mean, yeah, you look at this, it's so much lower. It was 50, and now it's 38 needed. With the Canadians, it was 19. Now 13 divisions are needed. So significantly lower. You also see that our resistance is dropping in some areas as well. Yeah, America, we've got it down a bit. So that is helping. The operations, did we ever finish that operation yet? No, we're still doing the steel blueprints. It'll be done on the 14th of September, so it's going to be a little while. And that's where 3 of our operatives are. We got the military police 4, so we are completely done with military police now. Let's go and continue getting the rest of these support companies. And we'll see what we damaged here. British destroyer, and that's another reason to keep our planes out there, is because we are sinking the British Navy too when they come over here. So that's all very helpful. So I guess we're going to get ready for this invasion now. We're done in Alaska. Yeah, let's go and get this taken care of. So I think we'll use the Purple Army for this, and the Red Army will focus on training them up once we get the equipment dealt with. So let's go and do 2 invasions here. We'll set up 2 of these. And let me just see if there's any mountains. I don't think there's any mountains around here. Mountains right there. So I guess we will send some mountain troops in. Hopefully these guys don't get sunk. That's all I can say. We'll send 1 mountain unit. Now, we'll have to train these guys if we use any divisions that aren't already trained up. So maybe we should make sure we use divisions that are trained. And I know that some of these guys are coming from Alaska, and for whatever reason, they just do not want to take the railroads. They will not stay on the railroads. I'm not entirely sure why. But yeah, let's go and get these guys set up. Let's see how we want to do this, how many we need. Let's do... It's this port right here. Let's just do 3 divisions and see if that's enough. Hopefully it will be. So yeah, we'll do 3 divisions here. Whatever reason they didn't assign there. And then we'll do probably just 1 division is all that's gonna be necessary here. So 1 division there. Alright, so they should start coming on over here, though it doesn't look like they're going very fast. I'm gonna try and get them to take the roads again, but yeah, they just won't take them. Okay. So we'll just wait till they get over here, we get it all planned up, and then we'll do those invasions. We can also do an invasion here of Bermuda. We would have to cover that zone, though. But I suppose we can get that set up. Might as well, right? Let's go ahead and do that now. And just do... Let's see how we want to do this. 3 divisions might be enough. Let's just check. The reason why I'm being a bit cautious on how many divisions that we send is simply because we do have to worry about the Allied, the Allied Navy sinking them. We're not going to be able to protect them much. I mean, we got submarines that can go out there and protect them. That's about it. I guess we got these ships here, which I don't really care if we lose them. Just some old destroyers, so we could send them out there as well to cover that. But yeah, other than that, we're not going to get a whole lot of assistance. Really, all our Navy can do is distract the Allied Navy. So while they're getting sunk, it allows our troops to get onto the islands. So yeah, we'll attack there. I would like to get that dealt with. And then from there, we can go after the Azores that the UK holds. We got the cipher for Britain, so that'll be helpful when we do an invasion of them, which again will likely be a little ways away. And it could end up getting done by the Axis. They now have a port here in Ireland, so they might be able to conquer all Ireland, and from there they would be able to invade the UK. Looks like the Allies have invaded into northern France. We got the passive sonar, and so the last one is active sonar here now. And we're just waiting on those guns that should get in 2 days, and then we'll build heavy cruisers, and they'll be modern heavy cruisers, because we'll have all the equipment for them, all the stuff we wanted. We waited for it, took a long time, might not have been the most efficient thing to do, but we did, and now we have really good equipment. So let's go in and just try and finish up the naval techs that we want to get for our cruisers. Let's get the airplane catapults. And that's for the light cruisers, of course. And then let's go in and build out a heavy cruiser. I wanted to get these done first because they do take longer to build. And yeah, we're gonna have to design one. 1944 cruiser hull here. And they're gonna have the historical heavy cruiser names, and we'll be having that icon. And let's go ahead and get all the goodies added to them. So heavy cruiser batteries. We haven't updated our anti-air. That's not good. And then here, do we want to do fire control systems, get a little extra damage? I suppose we could do that. I don't see any point in putting sonar on a heavy cruiser. As far as radar, we will add that though. And let's get the new engines on there, get the dual purpose on there, and get the armor. All right, awesome. So heavy cruisers, they're going to be mainly, I think we're going to mainly want heavy attack for our heavy cruisers, because it's going to be the only thing that we have to fight the heavier ships. We'll have torpedo cruisers, so that'll be helpful. But really, we need these guys to probably focus on, doing the heavy attack. All right, guys, so this is how it's going to look. We've got 4 big guns on there for very high heavy attack for heavy cruisers, and that's a big heavy attack number there. So this is going to be super helpful. And we got the max speed at 30. It's 30 kilometers, not very fast, obviously, but this is fine. You're gonna have that many big guns on there. It's gonna be a little bit slower. And then we have a pretty decent anti-air attack. We had to use these ones because this one, having 2 of these dropped the speed down too much. This one is better anti-air than this one is, though, slightly, but obviously a lot worse when it comes to light attack and piercing. So I think this is good. I think this will work. Let's go ahead and save it, and then we'll go ahead and build it. Obviously, we don't have all of the most modern equipment for this. Like the radar isn't as modern as I'd like, but that's fine. We'll create another variant. As for names, as you notice, I just called them Heavy Cruiser 4. If you guys want to provide any names for the actual ship class, not the individual ships, I'll just use the historical names for that. But for the actual class, if you guys want to provide names for that, I'd love to hear them. We'll only build one of these here for right now. So this is going to be done on 24th December 1946, so not anytime soon, essentially. The steel is actually almost fixed because now we've cored all this territory, so we're getting the full resources there. So we might not need to trade for as much stuff now. Yeah, we don't need to trade for as much because of that. So we're going to pull that back a bit, and it looks like there is steel available here as well. And we'll probably trade for a lot because we still have factories and dockyards that we're not using. So let's put in infantry equipment to get that situation dealt with, which is, again, not great. And we're also going to go into the mechanized. It does look like that has resulted in further steel issues. Let's see if we can fix those. All right, so we're good to go. Fantastic, man. And Ireland has capitulated, so the Axis had success here. And we'll see if they are able to do further invasions there. Looks like we do need to assign our submarines up here. It looks like they're already assigned. All right, excellent. We could launch those at any time, by the way. How about the other invasion we have planned here? We would need to send our ships here. And let's go ahead and have these guys, I almost want to just have them join this one fleet. I suppose what we'll do is we'll have them just cover the invasion points with a patrol. I don't actually care if these guys get sunk, honestly. Yeah, I don't have any. Oops. I don't really care if they get sunk. If they get sunk, they get sunk. It's very old destroyers, so it's not a big deal. There's not really much we can actually use those for. I suppose you could use them for mining if you created a destroyer, like a really crappy early game destroyer that had the mine lane. Then you could set that up. But at this point, we don't really need the mine lane. And we kind of dominate here. And it looks like Denmark is losing their territory here in Greenland. Yeah, it's already being invaded. Now, I think these guys might get pushed back in the sea because they don't have a port. We'll see if they gain the port or not. In that case, we would want to go ahead and end these invasions. Our troops aren't even ready to go yet. We're still waiting on them because they're taking forever due to not wanting to use the railroads. Again, I don't really understand what's going on, why they're having such issues using railroads here. I don't know if it's because all the infrastructure is damaged. That might likely be the reason. Still sinking lots of American ships through here, mostly destroyers, all destroyers in fact. So again, I don't think that the Americans will have much of a navy by the time we're done with them. I could always, like I said, I could always stop sinking them, but I want the war participation, and they're still our enemy. And the idea that we're going to, annex America and use their fleet, that kind of consists on us perhaps attacking somebody else and then being able to use their fleet, which I don't actually know if we are attacking anybody else yet. I haven't decided. Again, it depends how long it's going to take to get the UK defeated, because as of right now, it's already taken about as many videos as I thought it was going to take, and we haven't even gotten close to invading them because we're dealing with so many other issues. It's unfortunately, there's just so many problems. Let's go and get this one next. We could also do these to get more dockyards, and then that would also give us research bonuses. We still haven't gotten any of those again because of the massive problems. Just so many problems, guys. But these would not apply though because we didn't research them with it. So at this point, it's probably useless. Probably not a big deal. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think they would apply to anything now because we've already researched all the cruiser techs. So it's really not a big deal. It's still a 15% research bonus, so it lets us research faster. But it's a little bit too late, unfortunately. But we could get these for the dockyards. Yeah, I guess that's an option. We get better armor. Yeah, I guess we'll go down this route and get this one first. And I suppose that wouldn't apply either until we got to the modern tanks, which we could get those. So much stuff to research, guys. But yeah, finally fixing our many issues. We're at 1.54 million manpower now. So manpower is no longer an issue, and now it's just about the equipment, guys, which we are still extremely short on. Infantry equipment, we're also short on artillery, short on support equipment. I mean, we're short on a lot of stuff, guys. So still definitely having some issues, unfortunately, with the equipment. If it's not one thing, it's another. But at least we've got the Garrison issue fixed. I suppose there's that. We just looked at the occupied territories here. And we do have, we have that one guy here reducing resistance here, and it's down to 55%. You can see that it's kind of spreading. It's very effective. Of course, we also have the core here, the cores, so that is also impacting it quite a bit, reducing the total resistance target. So that's helping. We could move him, and I think we will. Let's move him to the east coast here. I think that'd be better since it's already kind of lower here. But we did get the improved airplane catapults, so let's go ahead and get anything else we want to get on depth charges. We'll do that. Use that experience there. And accept any of these non-aggression packs for now. We can always cancel them if we need to. We're not doing a cipher. I didn't realize that. We finished the British, and then I never added another one. There's not really any allied countries left to do. So at this point, I mean, like, we could do Spain. Like, we could, let's say, hey, Spain betrayed us, left our alliance, and so, like, they would be maybe perhaps one option if we wanted to attack somebody, and they're in their own faction too, so you wouldn't have to fight anybody else if you didn't want to. So that would be an option. Do we want to invade here? Did they push them back? They did not. Okay. So I don't think we'll be getting Greenland, unfortunately. That's fine. These guys aren't even here yet. That's so bad. Same thing here. They're just, I think it's just the infrastructure is so damaged. I think that's why they're not taking the railroads here, guys. Yeah, because they just refuse to take it. We're going to move our operative, so let's go ahead and do that. So she will move, doing the same mission. Oh, she's doing, oh, okay. She's no longer even here because I think, because we cored it. So let's go ahead and root out resistance over here now. And I suppose we'll start in, let's see where the best place to do this would be. Where it would like spread the most. Probably here in Pennsylvania, because then it'd affect all the states around it. So we'll go ahead and do that. And hopefully that should help. You can see how much buildings are being sabotaged. We have so much damaged factories right now. It's just been, again, it's just been crippling. Absolutely crippling. But what I'm glad to see, we sunk a carrier there. But what I'm glad to see is that we still have a lot of manpower. I thought with all those casualties we took that they might have like really burned through our total manpower. So I was a little bit worried about that. Let's go and get the torpedoes too. All right. So again, just sinking the American Navy, and they might not have much left by the time we're done with them. Just kind of looking here, see where they're at. Oh, they still got 200 something ships. Still got a lot. We got the active sonar, excellent. So let's go ahead and go with, see what we want to do next. If there's anything we still want to do. I don't think so. I think it's just getting the depth charges. And I don't think we're even going to wait on those. We are going to wait on the torpedoes, get a little bit better torpedoes. For the light cruisers, I mean. So let's go after the landing craft. We don't have that yet. And pretty much all further conquests we're going to do are going to be by Naval Invasion. So that would be helpful to get that. And we'll have to see if the Axis end up invading the UK. I do expect it's going to be like, I don't know, at least one more episode until we're ready. After we invade here, then we'll go ahead and invade over here. Hopefully we're able to cover that. I imagine that they're completely out of fuel. We checked that before, and that was the case. I assume it's still the case that the British don't have any fuel, so we don't have to worry about their Navy too much. Same thing with the Americans. They don't have any fuel either. So let's go and get the Engineering Company 4s. Just keep getting those support companies. And wow, look at the equipment lackage, man. Yeah, these purple divisions are really lacking the equipment quite a bit, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a real shame. We're just really short on equipment overall. And then I need to change these guys up. Let's go ahead and do that. I can't believe I did it this way, guys. That was stupid on my part. So let's go ahead and add in... Do we want to do mechanized? Let's just do mechanized. I know we have all that motorized built up. And then what we'll do is go ahead and remove that one there. Why is this so damn expensive? Oh, because I started a new line. I see. Yeah. Alright, but we kind of have to, don't we? Yep. Okay, so that's a shame. Because I started a new line, so what we'll have to do is, let's just redo this. And I want to say this is... Yeah, this is really expensive. Okay, what if we did this a little bit different? What if I did medium tank destroyers over here? And remove this. And then see if changing this up is going to be more cheaper. Doesn't look like it. Still going to be 30. Alright. So there's really not much we can do to add the mechanized just yet. We need more army experience. At least 20 army experience. Okay, but that's fine. We'll get up to 20. We're slowly building up with our training that we're doing. Although it looks like we're not doing any further training. We can't go and train these guys. And I suppose that you should, unless we want to go ahead and knock this invasion out. It looks like there are some troops here. Okay, so there actually are some defenders there, so we'll likely want to send more divisions than we've sent here. Let's go and send these guys here. That gets them up to 4. And I suppose that will hopefully be enough. And so let's just go and get these guys training. if they're just sitting there. Might as well have them train, get us a little bit more army experience. Oh shit, what happened here? Oh, we had a rebellion. Did I not get an event about that? Did I miss it? But yeah, we have a rebellion going right now. All right, we'll have to get our Red Army taking care of that. That was just that really high resistance that we had. And so yeah, they're gonna come conquer all this territory. So yeah, we actually had our first rebellion with the law resistance expansions. We've never had a rebellion before. So let's go and get all these guys assigned here. And what we'll do is we're gonna take out many of these guys here. I was gonna switch all these up, switch them over to those. Let's just take them and let's see how many of these ones we can get. We want ones that are here and have the experience. You know what? It really doesn't matter. Let's just send all these over to here, and then we'll take these guys here. And how many are selected? 10, so we can deselect 2 of them, and we'll bring them over to here. All right, awesome. So we'll get these troops over here and get these guys wiped out. Stop this invasion here, this attack. It looks like we had, Oh, okay, so the Spanish are not gonna conquer all this. Or get it just from having their troops there. That's super strange, man. So that's kind of a bummer. The Spanish will have like little patches of territory, and yeah, that's gonna cause us problems here as well. Huh. I think we lost all the troops that we had here, didn't we? Yep. So that rebellion really screwed us pretty hard, guys. That's a bummer. Alright, well, it is what it is. We're getting our troops over there now. Bad thing, of course, that they can't take the railroads because the infrastructure is all damaged, so it's going to take them a long time to get over here. So likely they'll conquer some territory before we get this dealt with. Unfortunately, we'll go and slow this down a bit. I didn't even see the rebellion. What, did something fire and tell me that? And then I just like click through it because, man, I didn't even see it like at all. Just completely missed it somehow. Not sure how that is, but yeah, missed it. Do we have any more submarines to add to here? We do. So let's go ahead and get them added. And you know what? We'll probably, we just don't need this many submarines anymore. And it looks like we are having steel problems again. That's just because of this here. So once we get that dealt with, then it won't be a problem any longer. I guess we'll just create a whole new, oops, try to do a whole new one. And create a whole new one and get them doing the convoy rating. But yeah, issues, guys, issues. So they have attacked over this way. If they get a port, then that's going to cause us many problems. It's going to take us a while to get the Red Army up over here, just simply, again, because they can't use the infrastructure. So it's going to result in us moving like incredibly slow. These guys are going to get the hell out of there. They're about to get cut off. We did get the 1940 destroyer hull. That was what we researched from what we stole from the British. Not exactly what I wanted to get, because yeah, that's really not that helpful. I suppose we don't need to do these anymore. But yeah, we got the 1940 destroyer hull, so that's what we got out of that. By the time we actually got the operation done, we had already gotten all the naval techs that we wanted, so shows you how useful that was. Let's go ahead and get the operatives assigned again. So what we'll do is have one of them getting intel. We'll do the escape artist, I guess, or maybe 2 of them doing intel. Like the commando. Let me just see who, yeah, we'll have the commando do it. So our 2 operatives will be there. We have 1 operative here, and then we're going to send 1 more to further reduce resistance to try and deal with these damn issues that we're facing. Obviously, the resistance is incredibly high in many areas. Let's send them over here, and well, maybe we should do it where it can spread around in a, yeah, we'll go here so it can spread around to all the areas. Since the resistance is affected by neighboring states. So if you can reduce it in one state, then you're reducing it in all the states that are nearby. But yeah, just massive issues, man, across this playthrough because of domestic problems. Who would have thunk it? Again, I found that to be really interesting. Now, they don't have a lot of units, not enough. Yeah, not enough to cause us too many issues once we get troops over there, of course. But until we get the troops over there, they're going to be able to take a lot of territory from us. We're actually here now. All right, so let's go ahead and get these guys going this way. And it does seem like it's taking them forever to move anywhere because of the, again, because all the infrastructure right now is damaged. Everything's damaged in those states. Those states are just Those just look like war zones, I'm sure. Alright, let's go and go after one of these. It's basically which design company we'd want. I was just looking at the design companies. We have the Atlantic Fleet Designer or the Pacific, and we're not getting carriers. So the capital ship, armor, and heavy attack, that's useful. Or we can get range, increased range, which would probably be useful as well. Yeah, and it affects the armor on the carriers, which we're not using. I don't know if we'll need it or not. Since we're only using light cruisers and heavy cruisers, we might not need it. Especially if we take the naval base here. Let's see what we can reach with our submarines. That'll kind of give us a good idea here. I mean, yeah, we can reach that. So I don't think we need. I know they have pretty good range, the submarines do, but yeah, I don't think we'll need to get that one. So instead, let's get the one that gets us increased armor and heavy attack. So we'll go after the Gulf Coast Naval Yards. That'll give us more dockyards that we can't use because of, again, our issues. And then we were going to change our economic laws so we wouldn't have these resource issues anymore. But of course, that focus took so much political power, so we have to wait even longer. All right, so they're trying to get out, but they're going the wrong way. They're about to get cut off. Okay, so these guys might get destroyed. It's not our unit, though, so it's not really a big deal. Move these guys over here, you know, just because. Looks like they are actually winning that now, though. A Franco-German pact. Charles de Gaulle and Adolf Hitler have met in Berlin to discuss the political and strategic situation in Central Europe. While details from the meeting are scarce and no official communique has been released, observers have noted a clear shift in French and German rhetoric and policies towards the Benelux countries. Where the German minority in Belgium was once a constant drumbeat for German propaganda, is now only mentioned in passing, while noting that Belgium is an artificial construct, not a nation, merely a collection of nations thrown together haphazardly and putting great emphasis on the large French-speaking population. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think I've seen that event. That's the reason why I read it. I don't recall seeing that. Now that they have all this territory, and that sucks, we're going to have to do another naval invasion there. That is resulting in the British sending troops here. And of course, that is resulting in, you know, us thinking more convoys. So yeah, they really mucked this up with the Canadians rebelling on us. And we also have territory here that needs to get dealt with. Okay, I didn't see that. So let's go ahead and do that now. We'll stop these guys from training and get them dispatched all across this front here. With maybe one unit over here, a couple units over here. Oh, well, we don't want to do it that way. Let's do it a different way. Just like so. Alright, so get those guys moving on over here. We could also give planning bonuses, and think about that. That'd be useful to have. Just give them a quick planning bonus. Same thing with this Red Army here. But the thing that's most irritating is this situation with Spain. That's probably the most frustrating aspect of this. Let's make them attackers across the river, that we could quickly cut these guys off. Let's have these guys go this way. We're slowly getting our troops over here so we can deal with this situation. This guy did not make it. Let's have him go this way instead. He'll probably get destroyed, though. We'll see if we can't reconnect him, though. It's not our unit, though, so it's not that big of an issue. So slowly get all this territory here wrapped up. And let's just let them be there, and we'll cut them off. Again, though, it does take us like forever to get anywhere. Psh, yeah, that didn't even work. They must be moving on the railroads. Again, the slow infrastructure, the low infrastructure is going to cause us many issues across here, I think. We did get the forward observers knocked out, so we only have 2 doctrines left. Get that completely done. We do have this guy in Seattle. Yeah, they're just going to take all this territory in the north, and there's really not much I can do until we get the units up there. And with the lack of railroads, it's again going to be very, very slow moving. Oh, you know, this guy can go here. We also barely have any equipment for our units, so that's really bad. Let me take a look here. What's going on? Garrison's is low priority. Okay. Alright, so we're attacking that guy and winning. I suppose that's okay, although it'd probably be best to just go behind him. Well, we already have somebody going behind him. Yeah, but it would be best to let him stay there and then completely surround him. We did save this guy. Excellent. Actually, this is the way we'll do it. Let this guy go here and this guy go up here. These guys should be moving up towards Buffalo. They're just sitting here. Let's go ahead and make sure we got them moving. Alright, yeah, they're just kind of taking some of these key northern cities from us. We'll probably have to get this dealt with next episode. Not at all surprising to see a rebellion, guys. In fact, I'm a little bit surprised it took them this long to do it. I'm really irritated about the Spanish situation here. I kind of want to wait until the Canadians take this territory so we can take it back. Because, yeah, that's a little bit frustrating. One more reason why maybe we should declare war on the Spanish. And I'm irritated we lost those troops right there, too, I think. That's what it seems like. Because they're not there anymore. I think we lost them in the rebellion. Alright, so this is not going to work. Alright, so again, just slowly kind of getting these Red Army troops up here. It's taking some time to get it done, but I almost got Buffalo back. Alright, so let's go and have these guys also move forward here. Almost got these guys cut off, so let's go ahead and attack. Make sure that they don't get out. We'll get them cut off and destroyed. Let's bring these guys up over here and slowly getting it done. Here is where I'm most worried because of the fact that, oh, they're here. All right, they're going at an all right speed. Never mind. I was kind of worried it's going to take them a long time to get up there. But yeah, that's not too bad. They did okay. Let's take a look, see what happened over here. It looks like we, or just 2 destroyers are over here. We sunk a convoy. I'm kind of waiting for them to sink those 2 destroyers. We'll see if they do or not. If they don't, though, then we'll, yeah, it's fine. We don't want to attack these guys like this. We want to attempt to get behind them. I don't want to just fight them. I don't see any point on fighting them that way. I think we should really focus solely on, you know what, no, we don't have a Canadian one. I was going to say we could use that bonus against the Canadians, but we don't have that. So that does not work. Alright, so almost got here. We're just waiting for this unit to get here. There we go. Excellent. So this will allow us to try and get these troops here destroyed, hopefully in time, before they're able to break through here. We have this guy coming to help support there. It does look like they're going to reconnect it. I don't think we can stop that, actually. So let's actually stop that and then come up over this way. Yeah, they are starting to get up on this front now. And again, I'm going to focus solely on cutting them off, so we won't really be able to do everything I want to do until we get all of our troops over here, which, you know, we're slowly getting that done. Let's go ahead and move up towards Toronto here, take that key city from them. And this is, in fact, going to be the end of today's episode. Unfortunately, guys, got this rebellion happening. It gives us something to do, at least. You know, obviously we don't want to lose that territory, but it is nice to have something to do. And let's stop trading. Well, we can trade with them. That's fine. Let's go and get any other steel we can. Alright, it's still going to have some shortages. That is affecting our ships, unfortunately. Yeah, I feel like this gives us something to do, so. And previously kind of boring time, as we were just kind of trying to fix all of our issues. This is giving us something to distract us. So we'll deal with these Canadians here. And I don't know how that affects the resistance in the area. I think that'll reset it to 0. So, yeah. I'm surprised, though, with the local police force, that we changed the Dominion of Canada to the local police force, and then we still had the rebellion. That was reduced in the resistance by a lot compared to the civilian oversight, and yet we still saw the rebellion here. So, yeah, we'll have to get it all taken over again. I don't know how many troops they have. That'd be good to know. Where is it? They actually have a lot of divisions. Okay. So yeah, this is actually somewhat of a threat, especially because we are in such a terrible position with our own equipment and our lack of units. I almost think we should go ahead and sign these guys up here as well to get this done a little bit quicker. I don't want them to attack, but at the very least, maybe we want them to yeah, I think we should. We don't have to worry about naval invasion, so I think we should use these guys. Have them go here and then have them go here, though we would have to split their army into 2. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to split this into 2 separate armies. So let's go ahead and do that. And the way we'll do it is take all the ones that are here. How many is that in this army here? That's 29. So that's about half of it. All right, so these 29 we'll put into their own separate army here. And you know what? We'll do all this next episode. But yeah, we want to get these guys under here. And then create 224 divisions is what I'm thinking here. And then just the extra ones will be in a spare one. And so yeah, we'd want to change their color up too. This would be kind of confusing. Make them yellow or something like that. Put them up along here. So yeah, we'll make use of these guys. We also want to give them a commander, general, and doesn't really matter who. We'll give him. And well, he has really low defense, doesn't he? Yeah, we should have gone with somebody with a little bit higher defense. Let's go with him. And again, we'll want to create another one, another army, just to get these down to 24 divisions. And we'll make use of them, because, yeah, I don't want them to take any further territory, and I don't know that we have enough divisions to handle everything that the Canadians have. The Canadians have a lot of divisions. I'm also worried about them taking this territory up here. You know, I don't want to have to go back through Alaska. That was kind of a pain in the butt. But yeah, we've got a Canadian rebellion, guys. So we need to get this dealt with, get them put down. I imagine these divisions are fairly cruddy, you would think, but maybe not. No, yeah, they're cruddy. Okay, looks like maybe can't see most of these guys, but maybe 10 infantry battalions at most. Probably not even that, though. Probably like 5. That's what I would assume, somewhere around there. So like 10 combat with. That's all they got. So we should be able to defeat these guys fairly easily. It's just a matter of getting enough divisions up onto the front. Oh, it looks like we also had a rebellion by Cuba, guys. So we've got to get that taken back too, and that's going to be a pain in the butt because if they have just as many units, they do not. But it's still going to be a pain because you got to do the naval invasion. So we need to get that set up as well. Maybe we should take some of that extra army that I'll have here. Well, I don't want them to get the war score for that. Maybe take some of these purple army units and give them a quick invasion order to try and get Cuba dealt with. So they rebelled too. So that's a shame. But not surprising, I think the Cubans actually had higher resistance than the Canadians did. So yeah, we've got to get that done too. But basically, we let it go on for too long with the problems with the garrisons. You'd expect that we wouldn't be having as many issues now since we're not garrisoning all that Canadian and Cuban territory. You think we'd be better off now, but it doesn't look like we are. All right, so yeah, we got to get all these rebellions done with. We'll do it next episode. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next episode where we might see the UK get conquered because it looks like the Germans have a port here. So they very well could end up winning now. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, I will see you that next episode, and thanks for watching, guys.